Assets versus liabilities, the money truth, most people learn too late. What if I told you the reason most people work their entire life, yet never become financially free, is not because they don't earn enough money, but because they misunderstand how money actually works? This is something schools don't teach, and most people only realize it when it is too late. There are two simple words that decide your financial future: assets and liabilities. And once you truly understand these two ideas, your entire relationship with money will change forever. Not slightly, completely. So listen carefully, because this is not just financial education, this is financial survival knowledge. Let's start simple. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. That's it. Not what looks expensive, not what feels impressive. Only one question matters. Does it generate income or increase your wealth over time? If yes, it is an asset. If no, it is not. Let's make this real. A rental property that earns monthly rent is an asset. For example, imagine you buy a small apartment and rent it out. Every month, tenants pay you money. Even if you are sleeping, money comes in. That is an asset. A business that generates profit is an asset. For example, a small online store selling products daily. Each sale brings income. That is an asset. Investments like stocks or index funds are assets. For example, you invest money in a company like Apple or an index fund. Over time, it grows or pays dividends. That is an asset. Even a skill can be an asset. For example, if you learn video editing, you can start freelancing. Each project pays you money. That skill is now an income-producing asset. So assets are not just things you own. They are things that work for you, even when you are not working. That is the key difference. Now, let's talk about the opposite side. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. Simple rule. If it costs you money regularly, it is a liability. Even if it looks valuable, even if it feels like success. Let's make this real too. A car is a perfect example. For example, you buy a brand new car. It feels like success, freedom, comfort, status. But then reality starts. You pay for fuel every week. You pay insurance every month. You pay for servicing and repairs, and the car slowly loses value over time. So even though it feels like an upgrade, money is constantly going out. That makes it a liability. Now, let's talk about something more controversial. Your personal home. For example, you buy a house to live in. Every month, you pay mortgage, taxes, maintenance. You are not earning money from it. So from a cash flow perspective, it is a liability. Not emotionally, but mathematically. Credit card debt is another clear liability. For example, you buy something on credit, but you don't pay it immediately. Interest starts growing, and suddenly you are paying more than the original price. That is a liability. Now, lifestyle spending. For example, expensive clothes, luxury restaurants, latest smartphones every year, designer brands. They feel good in the moment, but they do not produce income. So they drain money instead of building it. That is a liability. Now, here is where things become dangerous. Most people think, if I earn more money, I will become rich. But that is not true, because what actually happens is this. They earn more money, and then they spend more money. For example, someone gets a salary increase, they upgrade their car, they move into a bigger apartment, they start eating out more often. At first, it feels like success, but financially, nothing changes because expenses rise at the same speed as income. This creates a trap. You are always busy, you are always earning, but you are never building wealth. This is called the lifestyle trap, and it is one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck financially. Not because they are careless, but because no one taught them this system. Now imagine two people, person A and person B. Both earn the same income. For example, both earn a salary of $4,000 per month. Now, person A decides to upgrade their lifestyle. They buy a new car. They increase rent. They start spending more on clothes and dining, so their expenses rise to match their income. Even after earning more, they feel the same. Now, person B makes a different decision. Instead of upgrading lifestyle, they buy assets. For example, they invest in index funds. They start a small online business. They build a side income stream. Now something interesting happens. Over time, person A continues to struggle with expenses, but person B starts earning extra income, not from their job, but from assets. Same starting point. Completely different outcome. That is the power of understanding assets and liabilities. Now let's talk about mindset, because this is where real change happens. Wealth is not about how much money you earn, it is about what you do with the money you earn. Every financial decision in life comes down to one question. Will this make me richer in the future or poorer? That's it. For example, buying a new phone, does it create income? Buying a course to learn a skill, does it increase earning ability? Buying stocks, does it generate returns? Before every purchase, pause and ask that question. Most people never do this. They buy emotionally, not logically, but financially successful people think differently. They focus on cash flow. They think long term. They delay pleasure today to create freedom tomorrow. And that is the real difference. Not intelligence, not luck, but decision making. Real wealth is built slowly, not overnight. It starts with small decisions, choosing assets over liabilities again and again. At first, nothing feels different, but over time, something powerful happens. Assets start to grow, income starts to build, and eventually, your money begins to work for you, instead of you always working for money. That is the goal, not to look rich, but to become financially independent. So let's make this simple. Assets put money into your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. If you understand this, you already have a major advantage in life because most people never do. The goal is simple. Build more assets, reduce unnecessary liabilities, and let time do the rest. Because in the end, financial freedom is not about earning more. It is about owning better. If you found value in this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us create more free content to help you make smarter financial decisions.